Hello, we're back with the second semi-final from the Notch Buckler. So this follows up the last video. It's the other semi-final. They played at the same time. Definitely the same evening. I think they're all on at the same time. Let's get straight to the toss. So this is Lizardmen against Bretonnians. 5th place against 8th place from the regular season. I don't have their records to hand. Let's see if I can... we might see a window come up of all these replays. There we go, and I'll get that out of the way, and I'll go look for the screenshot I have of the standings, because that will have the records on. Right. Let's look for it. Oh dear, there's all sorts of scroll problems happening. Excuse my professionalism. Don't get any on you. Standings. I'll just put this on the screen. Yeah, so that's how we finished. So Lizardmen were 2-3-2 and finished 5th. Bretonnians 0-1-6. It's the only team this season not to grab a win. We already saw these two play. The Undead won that. So the winners of this game, Lizardmen and Bretonnians, will meet the Undead in the final. Let's go to that. And then refocus back on the screen. So Lizardmen are Lizardmen are kicking, and they've gone heavy on the line of scrimmage. But it's a perfect defence, so they can now step back. Just what a ruse! You know, go all mans on the line and then just step them back. Yeah, so Bretonnians had, with not a lot of guard and not a lot of strength, they would have been reliant on Dauntless to get any decent hits in. Let's see what we've got. So the two block skinks, who are both carrying injuries, have got armour 6 and a niggling injury on that one. So the two block ones, that one also has jump up. A couple of sidestep skinks there. That one also has jump up. That one has diving tackle. And then 6 Saurus and the Crossgores guard. We've got block and mighty blow and a niggling injury. Another niggling injury. Another block and mighty blow though. So this is now best Saurus. Got a block 1 unlevelled and then 2 unlevelled ones there. They replaced, quite recently replaced 2 Saurus, who I don't think either of them had levelled anyway, but they'd both had some points but had movement penalties. Bretonnians attacking, lost all our icons. So we've got, what's this, a block tackle lineman. I'm not sure I can click on this blitzer, but I think this blitzer has mighty blow and something else, maybe sidestep. That's the strength 4 blocker there. Guard, safe throw blocker. A tackle lineman, block lineman, blocker over there. Blitzer with dodge. Unleveled blitzer and a dodge. Dump off blitzer. He's just on the bench. Unleveled lineman. So they've got loads of levelled linemen on this team. And this blitzer is, mighty blow and sidestep. It's just that. So engaging here and then looking to get the knockdown there, so use their blitz. That strength 4 guy is a good way to try and get 2 dice. I'm about to fetch the ball. It was a nice deep kick, which is where you'd want it landing to your opponent, and then straight for a throw. Okay, got it. Got the 4+ pass, and then the catch was 3+ of a reroll. Need to watch this area here. Okay, so it's a bit tougher. If you're just levering off this lineman, you could well be leaving space through. But yeah, very aggressive play, so going perhaps for the early score. And I straight away marked him a block dodge skink. I think if I'm the Lizardmen in this situation, I'm going to be looking at getting a diving tackle on the ball carrier, because you've got that diving tackle. You can get that in there with sidestep as well. You can just jump around. You have to knock the ball carrier over there. So a turn 1 bonehead fail is unfortunate, but that means there won't be another one until at least turn 7, because that's how numbers work. Looks like they can... No, I can't quite get in at the ball here with a Saurus. I think this might be the blitz from this guy. Sort of see that happening. Which is probably really more important than these blocks. Oh, that one isn't blitzing. We've not had a blitz. I had no blitz this turn. Unless, was the Croxigore trying? No, Croxy wouldn't have been trying to blitz, surely. Double one on that, go for it. There's quite a few ones turning up there. I don't know, maybe the Croxicle was going to blitz here and then move away. There are two skinks marking the ball that they need to do something about. One of them's got sidestep, which is kind of a shame for the Bretonnians, because you do have two dice pushing there, and then if this one doesn't have sidestep, you just push into there and push away, and that clears the tackle zone, and if that's a knockdown, it clears both of them. But it's got sidestep, so just go there. And it is sidestep and diving tackle. Blitzing with the ball carrier. Don't know if they spotted diving tackle on this because they're trying to dodge away. Get it anyway. Just roll sixes. Just roll sixes and go for it, and then run away. And then a straight up power, so a couple of powers and a 6 on that dodge. And that's an injured skink. So that's the niggling injury one. And the niggling injury plus stunty made that a casualty. So it's keeping players like that around does make them vulnerable. And that those players get injured a lot. The two block skinks with their injuries. Jump up helpful there. So another blodge skink straight in there on the ball carrier. 2 boneheads in a row. So I think it's very fair to say dice very much coming down in the Bretonnians' favour at the moment. With the rolls they had last turn, the rolls the Lizardmen have had over 2 turns now. So this skink can have 1 dice. That'll be 2, but you are looking for. It's fishing for a 6 basically, isn't it? I think I might have had diving tackle on this guy first, and that's a 1 in 9 fail. So yeah, the Lizardmen not getting the results they want off of the cubes so far. Straight into a go for it on the first action could get you into situations where you're either just blocking there. I don't know if that was meant to be a blitz and maybe misclicked out of it. They wouldn't really been able to go anywhere. They'd be looking at going back around this way. I don't think they've got the movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's not really getting them anywhere. Wouldn't needed that to be a knockdown. I think it was a blitz even. The blitz is there. That's going to make that 2 dice. I suppose that no follow-up there, because it would keep that Saurus pinned against the touchline. Maybe force them to use their blitz there when they might not want to. It's only costing you a lineman. I'm surprised of that movement over there, because the game's not happening here. All the game is happening over here, and this blitz has just gone that way. I think over here you're going to affect the game more. And there's these 5 Bretonnians here. On their attacking drive are just not affecting the game. They're just nowhere near it. This is where all the action is. And then there's a little mini game here, but it's all very spread out and no one's in contact with anyone. So all of these big hitters can go that way, and I'm pretty sure we're going to see this turn them all go that way and affect the game and just leave these alone. Or certainly I think that's probably what should happen. This force is free to stand up and just move here. They've gone in for a blitz first action. And then have to use a reroll there, so down to 2 now. Croxigle's still not woken up. 3 turns in, 3 bonehead fails. I promise I didn't. When I said it won't happen again until turn 7, I had no idea this was going to happen. All I know about this game is the final score. But yeah, so the 3 Saurus that are available have all gone that way to affect the game, and it keeps these Bretonnians out of it. They're all wasted over here. and it's going to leave the Lizardmen to just try and pick off the ball because there's nowhere you can go to make this safe now. I think the one thing you've got is ball carrier blitzes this skink, but it's a sidestep skink, so it has to be a knockdown. You don't have tackle. Do you have block? That's a push. Yeah, had to re-roll it and got it. So this is going to go in for a turn 4 touchdown. So it's good tenacious play. And I think kind of got away with having the team really spread out. And yeah, there was if that hadn't gone, if that wasn't a knockdown, I think they lose the ball next turn. So you went fishing for a 6 and found one and got the score in. 1 injured skink so far is the only removal we've had. And Bretonnians now defend. So now this team a lot, this season and last season, this coach has gone more players on the line of scrimmage than necessary. Looks like, and they've done it again as well. This is something that you need to fix, I think, Tim. If you're looking back and looking for tips, because all of these players are going to be hit, especially when you're outstrengthed like you are against the Lizardmen. You're offering 2 dice on every single player along here. So the Croxigore is going to hit the strength 4 guy if passes the bonehead test, hasn't yet. You give up potentially 3 mighty blow hits on these players. All you need is 3 players somewhere in here. Everyone else can step back, let them take the hits, and protect them from a step back if you can. Rain's going to make it a bit harder for the Lizardmen. They always traditionally have fun picking the ball up. But yeah, with this setup, if you just have these 3 players in here, which would probably be your 3 least valuable linemen, just let them take the 3 mighty blow hits because they just don't matter as much. But you can protect from back here, although you've got to be aware a quick snap is going to give up extra hits if you do that. But if you're protecting from here, they can't get 3 dice on you, which is probably what they're going to be looking for. If I've got a Croxigore who can hit strength 3 player, I want 2 assists to get 3 dice. If you can stop that, that can make it a bit easier. But as it is, every single one of these players is going to get hit, I think. Yeah, everyone's available, and it's 2 dice on all of them. And that's how you lose players. And I think the Lizardmen, make sure the ball's safe, but opening with the Croxigore block is the most risky one there was. But the Croxigore finally does something, which is nice. Yeah, these block mighty blow ones, they're the valuable hits from the 2 Saurus who've got that, and there's an injury there. So you would have give up 3 hits anyway, and that's a broken armour one, and then now miss next game. Yeah, so you can count that as the 3 hits you're going to take anyway, because you have to have 3 players there. Now everything else the Lizardmen get is a bonus. So go over the push there. Still 2 more Saurus. This one's got blocks, so it's safer. And there's a stun that shouldn't have happened. And another knockdown here for another mighty blow hit, which is a knockout as well. So the Bretonnians in their next term should really have had 2 more players than they've got now available to act. And there's still this hit to take as well. Which is 4, 5, 6. Oh, I didn't take that hit. I think I was wondering if they could have made that 3 dice. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, needed 1 more skink to step in there, and this Saurus had 3 dice on that line. But I don't know if that was a running out of time issue or something. We obviously don't get the real time look at how that's going. Saurus is pinned in, following this time, yeah, so that Saurus is going nowhere. That's taking it out of the game. Or it forces the Lizardmen to come this way and deal with these players. This will be a Dauntless firing, yeah, and it's successful. That's the niggling injury Saurus, but not hurt. This is a gap. I think the Lizardmen are going to attack. Yeah, their ball's straight through there. I think before any dice are rolled, you need more players through here. This Saurus needs to come through, and probably both of these skinks need to be over here to stop these players interfering. Okay, so gets that lineman for no injury, and then steps in there. Okay, so if I'm Bretonnians, next turn I'm throwing that block. Late in the turn, but I'm throwing that 2 red dice block to push that Saurus off the pitch. And it's like, I think, is it 55%, I think, to make sure you're not getting a skull both down, or either of them available. 45 maybe. I haven't got a thing with Samba open. So that was going for a dodge onto the ball, but away from prehensile tower, which made it 4+. Oh, just straight in. Okay. So 1-1, but it's still early in the half here, and I think Bretonnians can look at scoring another. Pretty sure they've got long enough. Injury apiece. That's a missing next game. Knocked out Lyman's back. And it's 2 turns. 2 turns for the Bretonnians. They can do that. They've got movement 7 players, which means they can score without throwing any go for it if they get the pace they need. This is quite far forward. I think I'd like maybe this block Saurus back here to react to where the attack comes from. I'd probably swap these 2 valuable Saurus with the 2 of the unleveled ones, because you're still going to take hits. Another perfect defence. But it looks like perhaps this way for the attack. They've got a blitzer on each wing. Another unlevelled one in here who'd be good to score with, team development wise. This one's levelled. So we're going to look at, I think first action, this blitzer goes down there. Didn't need Dauntless to fire there, so it's less risky, but at the moment no one can score, and if that's a quad skulls, the half's over. So this guy can score. This one needs to be forward there as well. That's 2 scoring threats. Don't have the ball yet, and it's a 4+ pickup. You've got 2 rerolls, but you don't want to have to blow that reroll before you try and pick the ball up. 3 players in scoring range, and you're giving yourself quite a long throw now as well. So I do need the reroll there. And that is failed. So I found that 25% to not pick the ball up. But there are 3 Bretonnians that can score, and this lineman's probably not a serious threat. 2, 4, 6, 8. The lineman can score, but it would be last resort. It's the 3 blitzers the Lizardmen need to look at. Going to look at the ball as well. It's going to make it a 5+ pickup, unless they can do something about the skink, but they don't really have the players to deal with that skink. And that's a blitz on the guy who can chuck the ball, and he's down. So that is almost certainly no score before half time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this lineman, yeah, they're not getting that. You can need a 6, followed by another 6. He's got to even get in there as well and dodge there. Yeah, maybe this blocker. Yeah, it's fend helpful to keep him less marked. He's still marked by this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go for it. So 3+, 2+, 6+, 6+, 4+ with a reroll. If you chuck it to this one. So I think they give up on the score at this point and see if they can hit people. Or still keeping some hope alive. Steps onto the ball. I think the ball's about as safe as it got for the Lizardmen where it was, so I'd maybe not stepped onto the ball, probably next to it here. Hey, he gets the pick up there on a 6, but then fails the 3+ dodge with reroll. 1 in 9 dodge fail. Yeah, so that was still on, making that 6+ dodge pick up. Yeah, left it very possible. Lizardmen can still score here as well. Got 2, maybe 3 skinks all in scoring range. 2, 4, 6. Yeah, any of these skinks can still score. They need one to get the ball, give it to another. And it's 2 on half time. That's 2 4+ rolls they'll need for that. Felt that. 1 reroll left. Gets it, and then 4+ handoff. Oh, dodge as well. It's a 5+ pickup even because of that lineman. I made it a pass. Okay, even riskier, but that does come off, and they managed to sneak in a star player point, extra one for that. So kicking first half and then 2-1 at half time is good position for Lizardmen. It is the Lizardmen's attacking drive now as well. So from here they got we'll switch ends because Lizardmen are attacking. A couple of options here. Lizardmen can either just hog the ball and try and win 3-1 by scoring late, or they can go for a quick score, know that they're 2 touchdowns up, and then know that Bretonnians either have to try and score quickly to stay in the game, or they're going to win 3-2 at worst. So it's a good position. Being up after kicking is always a good position, and you're probably going to win the game from that point. Lots of lead-off Croxigore hits from this team. If you're 1 in 9 in that block, you've got a loner reroll to face to try and keep your turn alive, which is not ideal when all these good Saurus with block haven't acted yet. This is a surf. Yeah, you push in there, and he's gone. And this again was more players on the halfway line than you needed to, and this guy didn't need to be here. And off he pops. So that's a player down for the drive. Skinky's forward, so it's an immediate scoring threat. So maybe going for the quick touchdown. Let's go 2 up. Already used a reroll earlier, so that double skulls, puts it down. Don't have the ball yet. So we could see, I think, Bretonnian pressure on the ball. That was a very greedy reroll, but it came off and they've hit that skink for a knockout. Yeah, I think these 3 players here should all be coming around this way. It's 3 moves that don't cost you anything. There's no risk. You just move over here, and then the Lizardmen have immediately got a problem next turn. And these blocks are nice, but they're nowhere near as important as putting the pressure on. Already used a reroll as well, so if double skulls turns up on any of these blocks, you don't get to put that pressure on, and the Lizardmen don't have that problem. Dodge there. Extra player coming round. This guy comes over here. Right, so this means now this turn, now they've moved those players in. Oh, didn't pause. The Lizardmen have to deal with this, which is going to free up players here because they've got no hits. The Bretonnians have done well to not leave the Lizardmen any blocks on, so there's one blitz this turn. They're probably going to have to use it here, which means they're not coming this way, and they're not making a hole in the line because they have to deal with this. It's probably going to draw. Well, it's already drawn one Saurus, probably two more, and they have to pick the ball up this turn, which is 4+. So Croxgor's gone to watch all three of those, and that means they can't get one dice on the Croxgor either. Arbalit's in that way still. And this tackle lineman would be a concern for the Lizardman coach. No, that Saurus is in the way, but that could have happened before the blitz over here. So have the ball. Are we going immediate handoff and just run for it? Okay, so use the reroll to pick up, and the ball's back on the floor. It's in 2 tackle zones though. That's what are we on? 6+ pickups for the best Bretonnians even. So they have to knock some skinks over, or push them. Strength 4 player, he needs 1 assist to hit a skink on 3 dice. If this lineman was there instead, he wouldn't be marking this one as well, but it would have been 3 dice, and that result might have been better. Yeah, I've seen a few dodges do that, failing the 1 out of 9 times that they should. Yeah, both teams have had some of those. But yeah, Lizardmen very much still in control of the ball. Using the box here to get tackle off of the skinks. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Yeah, if you get this tackle player still here, this skink can't use the dodge skill. So set up 2 dice. I'm moving that assist out. Then we've got balls in hands. It's fairly safe there. And then yeah, choosing not to take that 2 dice block because double skulls could have been pretty bad, or both downs. Just dodging away from prehensile tail again without dodge. Yeah, without prehensile tail, the first dodge would have made it. The second one was a 1 anyway. This could be a surf. Can't follow up, unfortunately, but that Saurus can do it on 2 dice anyway. And he's off. Yeah, still lots of danger here. This player has to be watched. Because that's just 2 dice on the ball, given up already. That's the protection in. Yeah, and that's going to make it harder too. Down right, some Bretonnians. What do they have on? So this guy's just stood up. I think we're looking at 4+ dodge for this lineman. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2 dice on the ball with tackle. I think that'd be a fairly good move. Not this one. 3, so 4, 5, 6. On a go for it, you can get 2 dice there. I think 2 dice with block and a go for it is better than a 4+ dodge. So I'd probably be looking at that. Get this guy into assist. You get at least a push on that Saurus, put it there, and then you've got 2 dice on the ball with this tackle lineman. Oh, why it's so faded. Hey, just gone for a straight up dodge with that lineman. Marking here. They're going to go for another one. They are. Gets both dodges. Okay. And gets the ball down. Okay. Well done, that lineman. I didn't catch it though. Oh, don't re-roll that. Yeah, a bit of a burn of the re-roll there, trying to find a 6 when it's not a turnover if you fell, catching a bounce. Yeah, Prehensile Tower's doing some work in this game. That's another. Oh no, a dodge wouldn't have been successful anyway. And then yeah, Crocs got right on these, so at least one of these linemen's getting hit. Imagine one of these Mighty Blowsaurus available. There's a knockout. So reroll like that. These are on 1 reroll, but has the ball and can score this turn. No. Didn't need to chuck that go for it. Could have just hung on and scored next turn, because I don't think the Bretonnians are getting the ball really. I mean, this is a 5+ dodge with Prehensile Tail. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, could have done it. Yeah, I think hanging on would have been the way, especially because you've already used a reroll on picking up the ball. It's almost like just daring the game to chuck a 1 at you when you can't do anything about it. So yeah, you want to score touchdowns, but does it really matter if you score it, turn 13 or 14, when they're not going to stop you scoring it in 14? Barring a 5+ dodge away and all that. Could this blitzer have reached? I don't think so. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 go for it, so blitzer could have reached for the blitz. That's a pretty good red dice block there. I think it's often worth a shot when you're when you've got block and the defender hasn't. Ooh, Apothecary, the knocked out lineman. Keeps him in the game. Now we just hope there's no bad injuries. So Splitzer's taking a mighty blow hit, but doesn't do anything. Okay, 5+ pickup, rain and tackle zone. It's bounced there in the end. So it's 2 dice. That lineman wasn't going to do anything else. This is where all the action is, but there's still stuff you can do here. So the blitz is used there to reposition this blocker. Making sure they've got a scoring threat, I guess. Are they out of rerolls? No, they're not. Not sure that needed a go for it. And then go for the ball over here. Yeah, pretty good tells how affecting that, well, not really affecting it because it was a 1, but another dodge away from the Croxigor is risky. Okay, there's the ball. It just runs it in. There we go. 3-1. That skink getting close to another level. I think I put it on 29 points, it looked like. Just one knockout back. It's been pretty good. The Lizardmen team have had quite a hard time of injuries this season, but this would probably be a good casualty box for them at the end. And a blitz there, which actually means they get a skink far enough forward, they can make it 4-1. They've still got enough time for that. They can make a skink be a scoring threat during this blitz. Go for it there, didn't help. Oh, it's an injury. Okay, so not such a good casualty box. Used their apothecary already. Oh no, haven't. So that miss next game is ignored. But yeah, no further score. Bretonnians have 2 turns. They need scoring threats in, so they've got a blitzer on each wing. What's their false blitzer? It's knocked out. Is the level 1. There's a knocked out skink. But no ball and no scoring threat, so they didn't get a blitzer far enough forwards before going for the ball to make that happen. Which means it is ending 3-1, which I knew already. That is the final score. Good things to look out for here, like Saurus is on 4 and 5 points, so this should be the guy blitzing this turn. Maybe trying to hit one of these linemen. They're on a 7, they're the easiest to hurt. You can pick up 2 points on a Saurus at the end of the game. That's a great way to finish. 0 points on that one. Yes, I think this is the one you blitz with. I'll go for that tackle one. I suppose even if it's a both down, you're going to knock them over. With this block one, you wouldn't. So no score available. Go for the Croxigor. No armor break. I have 2 loss in that skink. So the skink who's levelled. So it would be yet another sidestep skink, or they get a good roll. We're going to see a Dauntless Blitz block attempts. Someone, I mean, that lineman going in there didn't do anything because he can't assist anyone. But if he'd stood there, a successful Dauntless on that one would have been too nice. MVPs going to players you wouldn't want MVPs going to, which is a shame. You kind of need them landing on the Saurus for Lizardmen, and blockers probably are going to get fewer points than blitzers. So they're nice to get MVPs. But blockers or blitzers, good for Bretonnians to have them. Yeah, massively out blocking them. And like I was saying about when you're defending, you're giving up. I think it's 3 or 4 blocks, and you need to that. If you just keep the minimum 3 players there, you can be hit a maximum 4 times in a turn, and that's going to contribute a bit to that difference. But also that the Lizardmen have got a big strength advantage, and they use that, and they got only slightly more in the way of removals, but it did make it difficult at times for the Bretonnians, who are running short on players, but not as much as we've seen in some other games. Quite a few points floating around, casualty each, 3 touchdowns for the Lizardmen. I think this was probably the third one. That's a pass, a casualty there. I don't think we really decided by dice. I think we were looking at the beginning about the first few turns, and Lizardmen had some really bad dice showing up, and all 3 of these bonehead failures for the first 3 turns. Didn't fail another one, so that's probably. I don't think you'd be too unhappy with that. Well, 3 out of 14. It should probably be 2 out of 14. Had a couple of turns where it didn't act, obviously. Probably turnovers before it got to it. Go for it's were quite low on here, so need to think about, do you really need to be throwing them all the time, because that's 4 turnovers sitting in there, or rerolls. And what else? Loads of dodges attempted. I think there were there were quite a few away from the Croxigore, so a lot of these were 4 pluses, but largely they're 3 pluses. There were a couple of linemen dodging as well, so they threw a lot of 4+ dodges in this game, which means that's not entirely unreasonable. There are probably still more. I don't know that actually there were more 3+ dodges than 4 pluses, but yeah, that is what can happen. If you throw more dice means more things go wrong. Like I think we said all the way through doing these little videos. That's how we ended. That was in Cabal TV, so now I've got to go find the league. Thanks to Steve for sending the replay over, who's the Lizardman coach. We are on this one. So this is how that competition finished, which means it's a Lizardman Undead final, and Bretonnians Norse for 3rd place, which is really, this is deciding 5th down to 8th for the season. We can have a look at these teams. I haven't seen any of these yet, so I don't know what levels have been taken and stuff. So the Norse team, who are in the 3rd place, the bronze medal match, missing 2 players next time, so Thrower and an Ulfwerner being out, and this is, I think, is their better Ulfwerner as well, with Block and Mighty Blow. Strength 5 is nice, but now Strength 5 block, I think, is now the better Ulfwerner. I forgot it had levelled, and took block, which is exactly what you'd want. Agility 1 can hurt it occasionally, because sometimes you just need it to make a 4+ dodge to go get something, but that's now a 5+ dodges, Saurus dodges. But you definitely keep it. I think it got Strength 5 either at the same time or before it's at the agility penalty, so you keep that. That's not a fireable offence. So 2 players short. The rest of them are that this Berserker missed the last game. I think that's the only level they had that block on that Strength 5 Alpha. Everyone else is the same. And they are going to play that Bretonnian team we just saw, so they had a level or 2 as well. I think definitely a Blitzer levelled. Who has taken Sprint, it looks like. So they've got a slightly quicker player, so he can go for it 3 times instead of the normal 2. I think they're otherwise as they were. This Blitzer needs to score next time, I think. Score and track a pass, and that's another level on there. Although it might be the last game that team play, so maybe you just use the best players to try and make sure you get the scores. And they're down a blocker next time, so it's one of in fact their only guard is missing the next game. I think that's going to hand a big, not even just that, but it's going to hand a big blocking advantage to the Norse, who have a couple of guards as well, and a strength advantage. Even missing that Ulfwerner, they've still got 2 strength 5 players, and all with the 2 guard they've got. The Bretonnians having no guard. All the Bretonnians have really got to deal with these is Dauntless, which is throwing more dice and putting more risk into the game. So that's those two. There's a little Teams note there. I thought I had all those notifications turned off. And then Lizardmen, who we just saw. So I had a levelling skink. I think that was about all. Hey, an agility 4 skink. That's the kind of level you want on a skink. Because all these agility skills they keep rolling just add team value without making them that much better. Getting a couple of doubles on them is great. I personally would have had a wrestle skink. Probably if these would have been wrestle and sure hands for me, these two things. But agility 4 skink is great. This is now only the third agility 4 player in the league. But yeah, that's a great level to roll. That's definitely best skink now. I think these two injuries make these it dampens their having a good skill, which is a shame. But yeah, agility 4 skink, that's what we like. Yeah, none of the Saurus leveling yet. This one just needs to keep hitting people, and it'll finally pip over to 6 points. But you know, go to a little handoff to a Saurus for a score. This one just scores 2 touchdowns next game. You know, all bets are off. But yeah, that's Lizardmen. Agility 4 skink is great. And the Undead who beat the Norse in the semi-final, that 2-1 win. So they lost their kick zombie and a good ghoul, their best ghoul last time. But they have picked up strip ball on this guy. And who they're playing? The Lizardmen. Lizardmen have no sure hands, so strip ball will be valuable. 2 tackle players will be valuable. Mighty blow tackle hitting skinks is going to hurt. I think they're going to be probably the most dangerous players for the Undead in the next game. Still got that strength 4 zombie. They've got this zombie missing a game, which is not going to hurt because 14 players is a good squad size. Could probably afford to fire this one even. It's an irrelevance, so I think it's not a loss for the next game because you've got plenty of unleveled zombies. Probably one too many. Probably two too many as it is. One too many without that, because I think you want the full school, which unfortunately you can't afford. I don't know, if you hadn't spent money on staff over the season, you'd be able to afford that full school. But they did just lose one. I don't know if is this a new one they've just hired. They might have just hired this one, because I think they only had 3 before. All stand firm on that mummy as well. That's also new. That mummy leveled last game. I think was on 14 points before and then just went on a bit of a rampage and hurt lots of Norse, including killing one of them. Yeah, this is an ex-Norse lineman who died in that last game, which might be another reason why they've got an extra zombie in. But yeah, that's going to be a tough final to call. It'd be good to see that. I'll try and watch it live if I can. I'd like to. And that's how they are. I can confirm this now. So players in this league will 2 finalists will be able to arrange their game from, I think we're starting next week, the next game round, but obviously you can play it whenever you like now, and the Norse and Bretonnian coaches will have a ticket to accept for the third place playoff, which is in a separate competition. So that's it. We're coming down to the end of our full season now, and it's been quite fun. Started during lockdown, but we're all quite spread out anyway, or not many of us actually. 2 of us are quite spread out. Everyone else is fairly close together in terms of where they live. But yeah, 4 seasons in, it's been fun. We've got loads of teams sitting in these competitions now. We're not sure what we're going to do next. I think people are up for a 5th season, which I'm pretty sure is going to be fresh teams for everyone. And I fancy maybe trying an agility team, so I might play High Elves finally. They were my other option for season 3. There's also talk of maybe using some, like our favourite team so far in some sort of competition. So we'll see how that goes. But they'll be in here anyway. We've still got the finals and 3rd places to go this season, but then we'll see what season 5 brings.